Welcome to Puvanur RVIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. Welcome to Puvanur RVIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. We are now in level 5. Today I am going to handle the special placements in one of the rare thalas, Misra Triputa thalam, 11-beat cycle. Before I get into the class, I will start this class with the Tirukkural. Manam தூய்மை செய்வனை தூய்மை இரண்டும் இனம் தூய்மை தூவா வரும். What is the meaning of it? மனத்தின் தூய்மை செய்யும் தொழிலின் தூய்மை ஆகிய இவ்விரண்டும் சேர்ந்த இனத்தின் தூய்மையை பொறுத்தே இருக்கும். A person's purity of his mind and the person's purity of his actions is determined from the place where he comes from and the race where he is associated with, his relationships and the people around him. That determines his characteristics of how good he is with the respect of his mind, the respect of his act. And that's what Thiruvallur mentions in this Tirukkural. We have to dwell about it and think about it quite deeply into what he is trying to convey. I will enter into the class now with the approaches and ideas. We are now learning the special aspects of placements. Just to, as a nostalgic memory, now I would like to go back 35 years back when I used to learn this. Being a postgraduate in maths, it actually impressed me, and the passion actually grew in an exponential form when I started learning all these placements, because this started me into the mood of from the play mode into getting into. I used to play a lot in my childhood. I never used to be at house. I never used to be outside the house most of the time. So when I started learning this art, and this art actually deviated me into this mold of focus. It is such a great art, I would say. Especially these technical things, when you learn with passion, I think that makes a big difference. And if you like maths, and if you like the passion to do all these complex placements and all, this art can flourish and it can take you to places, because several ideas will overflow and keeps coming to you, and it will be very difficult for you to stop all those. The biggest learning whatever I have had is, I used to get so many ideas and I never used to document it. The very reason why I started this academy is want to put my footprints in some form of whatever I can imagine, and I can reproduce with whatever I've learned from several gurus. That's the primary idea by this. I just started this academy. So it's a fantastic art. I want to relay something out, whatever I learned, in the best possible way. I wanted to explain for someone. I'm sure few will definitely be benefited by this teachings. And if you can religiously follow with passion, they can actually go places. So that's one thing I wanted to table in one of my sessions. So passionate Laya followers, irrespective of whatever the field you are, if you can continue and think continuously, I'm sure you can find interesting patterns which are still yet to be explored, and you will be exploring all those aspects as you go along this journey. That's the one thing I wanted to table here. Now today, we are going to handle this topic called Misra Triputa thalam. So Misra Jadi Triputa Talam, I said again, it's a rare thala, but I wanted to give you the idea of how to go about remembering certain chorways in the same format. Like let's take in Misra Jadi Triputa Talam is 22 beats. So when you go, it's 11 beat cycle. Misra Triputa is 11. We are dealing with the subject of Rendu Kalai. 11 into 2 is 22 beats. So let's look at a chorway of 20. Two less. We will see it can easily fit. Taditta, tadikita taditta, tadikita tada, tadikita 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 tadaga, tadikita 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 tadaga, tadikita 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 tada. So this is a 20 beat chorway. Now if you want to make it 18 beat chorway, what we'll do, you'll use the same idea, but we have to push 22 minus 4 is 18. So tam. Tataka dimmi taka jundu tadita tadikita tadita tadikita tada tadikita 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 tu tadikita 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 tu tadikita 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 tada. So 18 is settled using the same pattern. Now you do go for the 16. So 22 minus 6 is 16. Tam tataka dimmi taka jundu tadita tadikita tadita tadikita tada tadikita 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 tada tadikita 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 tada. So that is for 16. For 14, if you look at it, we can make it 3 times. It's much more interesting. I'll tell you why. I'll explain in Misra Jadi Triputai. Tadita tadikita tadita tadikita tada tadikita 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 tada. It gets settled here, but we are going to second time we are going to tell 2 times. The third time we are going to 3 times. It will settle for the third time. Tadita tadikita tadita tadikita tada tadikita 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 tadita tadikita tadita tadikita tada tadikita 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 tu tadikita 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 tadita tadikita tadita tadikita tada tadikita 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 tu tadikita 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 tu tadikita 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 tada. So first time you tell once, second time you tell twice, third time you tell thrice. So it is a 10 beat, 14 beat and 18 beat. Midpoint of 14 into 3 is 42. Now if we want to tell the same idea into Misra Jadi Triputa Talam, what would you do? 22 plus 22 is 44, but its total count is 42. 44 minus 2 is 42. After 2 beats, you can tell this chorway and make it interesting into Misra Jadi Triputa Talam. Tataka dimmi tadita tadikita tadita tadikita tada tadikita 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 tadita tadikita tadita tadikita tada tadikita 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 tu tadikita 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 tadita tadikita tadita tadikita tada tadikita 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 tu tadikita 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 tu gada. So it will be a grandeur by taking a simple chorway into a beautiful formatted one, 10, 14 and 18 beat structure. You can play this chorway. So Misra Jadi Triputa Talam, though it's a rare thala, but with your idea of interesting combinations, you can make it beautiful. That's the beauty of it. So you can make interesting sequences. You don't have to play a dull sequence, a long sequence. Make it short and make it interesting by building like a puzzle pieces. When you build puzzle pieces, you can actually sketch like a lovely canvas painting. You can paint it with lovely chorways, which are imaginations, vivid imaginations. Then, starting from 20, we started 18, 16, and 14. You can also for 12, 10. Again, there is enough scope for you to do so many frills under these things. For the 14 beats, the idea what I wanted to I was sharing is tadita tadikita tadita tadikita tada tadikita 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 tum. That can be the base first level. The second 14 can be tadita tadikita tadita tadikita tada tadikita 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 tum tadikita 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 tum. That can be the second phrase because it's an extension of that phrase. And the third one, tadita, tadikita tadita, tadikita tada, tadikita 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 tum, tadikita 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 tum, tadikita 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 tum, which is an 18 beat. So when you add together, the midpoint is still 14. You can use applicable for Misra Chapatalam, Misra Triputa, and you can also play for in a rendu Kalai. So when you want to approach this korvai into this format, Misra Jadi Triputa, so it's 42, 14 because 10, 14, 18, if you add up it's 42. 42, when you look at Misra Triputai, 2 rendu Kalai is 22 beats, into 2 is 44 beats. 44 minus 42 is 2. So after 2 beats, when you tell this korvai 3 times, this can be a good filler for this thala. Tataka dimmi tadita, tadikita tadita, tadikita tada, tadikita 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 tum. The first landing ends here. Second one it starts here. Tadita, tadikita tadita, tadikita tada, tadikita 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 tum, tadikita 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 tum. So it ends here and it starts. The third cycle starts here. Tadita, tadikita tadita, tadikita tada, tadikita 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 tum, taditakadam taditakadam taditakadam, kadakadarakadam 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 ta. Now we have seen for 20 beats. We have seen for 18, we have seen for 16, we have now seen for 14. For 14, we didn't do the vanilla part, but we did a 3 variety, and you can show this as a showcase. Let's look for 12. The 12 is, what is the mathematics? So 22 minus 10 is 12. So tom, tataka dimmi, tataka dimmi, tadangade, tadatingade, tadangade, tadatingade, tadangade, tadita, tadikita tadita, tadikita tada, tadikita tadaga, tadikita tadaga, tadikita tada. So that's for 12 beats. For 10 beats, how much you have to push? 22 minus 10 is 12. So for the 8 beat, what you need to do is 22 minus 8 is 14. Tatakadin, tatakadin, tom, tom, tatakadin, tatakadin, tom. Tom tom, tatakadina, takadina, tadita, tadikita, tadita, tadikita, 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 tata. For the 6, you have to do like this. Tom, tatakadina, tatakadina, takadam, ta, tatakadina, tatakadina, takadam, tom, tatakadina, takadina, takadita, tadikita, tum, tadikita, tum, tadikita, tata. So the same korvai. For 20 beats, I've gone till 6. You can do like this for the placements. What all I've told you is an idea. These ideas can all be played for the placements. So I want you to try this. I want you to try any of the korvais, whatever you have learned, working out the mathematics, how you can apply into a 22 beat cycle. And if you want to play 3 times where you have to start, I want you to work, do a review and a homework, and then apply it and show me and demonstrate me, so that I will be convinced that your understanding is right. Once when you have understood the concept, and that's it, I think you can do multiple things. So let me conclude this class with the Mora korvai. Typically, as I tell you, the Misra Jadis are important. As for my primary guru Kumbakonam Sri M. Rajapayar, you have to ensure that you should fall under the Jati of Tisram or Chatusram or Gandam or Misram or Sanginam. So if you want to play any Mora korvai in a very special thalam like Misra Jadi Triputa thalam is 11 beat cycle, there are people who play samam to samam Mora korvai. But generally, if you look at Shastriya perfection, or is it right, then it should fall under the Jati. You should play only the Jati's Mora or a korvai. So in this case, a Ganda Jadi Mora is 40 beats. And an Adithalam korvai is 16 beats, thrice is 48, 40 plus 48 makes 88. So that is one of the combinations which falls under the family of the Jati, and the Vidwans or the Sadhas accepts this concept. There are people, there are Vidwans, great Vidwans who have played Samam to Samam Mora Korwe, showing their mathematical intelligence and then showing their skills of playing a different Korwe. That's fine, Samam to Samam Korwe or Mora, but that is the concept. But generally, as a traditional way of playing is for playing a Jadi, Mora should be following in one of the five Jadis, and Korwe also should fall in one of the five Jadis. That is the point I want to table here. In this case of 88 Aksharas, in Misra Jadi Triputa Talam 22-beat cycle, 22 into 4 is 88. In that beat, I am taking a Gandachapu Mora, which is of 40 beats, and Aditalam Korwe, which is of 16 beats repeated 3 times, is 48. 40 plus 48, making it 88 beats. So from Samam, you can tell this Mora Korwe. Dit tankada tankada dit tankada tankada dit tankada tankada longer than the town, that longer than the town. Dit tankada tankada dit tankada tankada dit tankada tankada longer than the town, that longer than the town. Dit tankada tankada dit tankada tankada dit tankada tankada longer than the town. Dit tankada tankada longer than the town. Dit tankada tankada longer than the longer than the town, longer than the longer than the town, longer than the longer than the town. Here, the Korwe starts. Dit tankada tankada down, takam tankada tankada down. Dit tankada tankada takam tankada tankada kita tankada tadik kita tankada tadik kita tadik tankada tankada down. Takam tankada tankada down. Dit tankada tankada takam tankada tankada tadik kita tankada tadik kita tankada tadik kita tadik tankada tankada down. Takam tankada tankada down. Dit tankada tankada takam tankada tankada tadik kita tankada tadik kita tankada tadik kita tadik. This is the Gandachapu Mora and Aditalam Korwe together for Misra Jadi Triputa Talam. I only told for Samam to Samam. The homework for you is to tell in Kaladam, Arayadam and Mukaladam. I want you to do this homework by yourself because I have taught so many classes, we have seen different examples. I want you to try all these and get familiarized with the concept and the expression way and with the ideas. So much of ideas I've given you the same this class. Use all these ideas and get enriched with your knowledge, and I'll see you in the next class. And whomsoever has got any doubts, they can come on one-on-one review with me and I'll explain very clearly. Let me conclude this class with the Thirukkural. Manam தூயார்க்கு எச்சம் நன்றாகும் இனம் தூயார்க்கு இல்லை நன்று ஆகா வினை. மனம் தூய்மையாக உடையவர்க்கு மக்கட்பேறு நன்றாகும், இனம் தூய்மையாக உள்ளவர்க்கு எல்லாம் நன்மையாக முடியும் என்பதாம். If a person is pure in his mind, his progeny will be very good. They will beget very nice children. But if the race is pure, if it is from a good community, and the community is pure, I think all good things is going to happen to them. And that's what Thiruvalluvar has forethought many, many years ago, and what a great thinker he is. So we have to dwell about it, and we have to understand what sort of environment we need to be and how we need to be surrounded by good thoughts to do good things. With this, I'm concluding this class. I'll see you in the next class with the perspective of the special placements is another one of the rare thalas, Sankirna Jadi Triputa Thalam. I'll give some ideas how to go about it. Until then, Purnaragi is signing off.